This is Charlie Parsons for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. You do that every time I say it. Edward, I've got two funny things.
First, I doubt they're funny, but go on.
One of them is quite funny, and I shouldn't really
Might
admit
be funny
it.
to you.
No, one of them I shouldn't admit, but it will just give you ammunition and fuck it, it's views.
Yeah.
First one, 150,000 followers on the old TikTok today.
Since when? No, but
Today.
Yeah, but what, in the last week?
No, as in we've hit 150,000.
Yeah, but over what period? Like a week, a month?
Since my existence.
Oh, what? So
Big
since
number.
You started on TikTok?
It's a big number, no?
Not really, no. I mean, how long ago was that?
About a year ago.
That's awful.
150,000, Edward. That's the right numbers, mate.
I've got like 1.5 million.
But it's a bit different,
On what?
isn't it? It's a bit different.
On what?
When I'm 45,
What am I?
I'm
45. So is it age related? Is
Yes,
it your
it is,
followers?
yeah,
Oh, right, yeah.
No, because what I'm saying is I do
I've
not
got
have the
1.5
progression
million followers.
part.
Oh, because you're 45. Oh, yeah, everyone loves a 45-year-old versus some dweeb with a side part.
Why
Do you know
does
what I
it
mean?
always come to the dweeb part?
Well, I think dweeb's a great word for you.
It's a bit unnecessary, really, isn't it?
I have to keep you humble.
Okay.
You've actually humbled down.
Good.
I don't know if anyone else has noticed it, but...
Good, that's good.
Well, congratulations, mate, on the 100.
That's what I was
To be
looking
fair, for someone like you, that
What does that mean?
changes
What's someone like you? Oh, right.
changes your week, your
outlook
month.
on life.
It does. That's a massive thing. You know, for other people, it might be, I don't know, like, you know, getting a new job or like going on a holiday.
very
For you,
proud
it's
of the
just
Stomping
Instagram
Ground.
or TikTok followers. That's your whole life.
Fair enough.
How did we do on the Harry? Did you post that one?
The what one?
The TikTok with you and me yesterday?
Oh yeah, good. 100,000, but there was only an hour before the game, so we'll take that.
Right, okay.
You did predict that correctly.
1-1. Told you.
Jake wanted me to tell you something.
Jake
So,
who? Oh yeah.
The gaffer. He, because of our interviews, genuinely thought that I first got into the industry because I was a competition winner, thanks to you. So when I was in the office in
I thought
Dubai-
you were, genuinely.
No, but it's bollocks.
But how did you get in the industry?
Just being a bit of a pest.
No, I know, but you don't. But that is the thing. I always say with
genuinely
boxing, the
thought I
amazing thing.
entered some sort
No, but
of
the
like-
amazing thing with boxing is that it's full of people with no right to be there. So because there's no barriers to enter in any
That's
role.
true.
Yeah?
That's true.
So, and that, I think that needs to be spread throughout the educational system, because at school or coming through that educational system, someone would look at you, right, and say, this, like, it's very unlikely that this young man will achieve anything, right?
That is so hard.
And without the
That is
boxing
so
industry,
harsh.
no, but that, no, it's a good thing, right? If you look at your attributes and your ability, no, but they're not. Like, you know, look at all the things that you would look for in a high-profile job. You have none of them.
My
right?
A-levels are good.
In what?
Politics, law, and English language. 2 A's and a B. Put that in
Really?
the pipe and smoke it.
That's quite
Bash.
impressive.
I was meant to do politics and international relations. How boring that
How
would
have you
been.
even done your A-levels?
Huh? What do you mean? Oh, here we go.
What?
Because you're about 12. Wait. Let's get into it.
Oh, but anyway, what I'm saying is, look at how literally, people can enter the boxing industry.
No, I did blag. So,
Yeah, but that's why it's a good thing, because it gives people with lesser ability more opportunity.
You've got to just... Okay.
It is.
So
most
I'm
people
lesser
working
ability.
boxing are absolutely useless.
Okay.
People say to me, Eddie, how have you just revolutionised the sport? How are you top dog? How are you such
No
a genius?
way.
I'm not. Everyone else is just absolutely useless.
You're
It's
horrible.
true. If I went into,
You're
I don't know,
horrible geezer.
if I went into economics but I'd be useless. But in this world, I'm unbelievable. Even you. Imagine you in a proper media role. Like, useless.
I'm not a journo.
What are you? What do you mean you're not a journo?
No, I'm not a journo, am I? Come on.
So what are you?
I would say I ask questions about the sport.
You're a
Yeah,
that
but-
means you're a
What,
journalist.
so you would call me a journo?
Absolutely.
Oh, thanks.
Well, what
That's a
else?
co- there's a
Well, I don't know
compliment
what
in
else
there
to call you.
somewhere.
What else can
A
I
tweet
call you?
from the Cotswolds.
Yeah, dweeb from the Cotswolds is the better explanation. But you're media. You're a journalist.
Okay.
You
I'll
have
take
to
it.
be. You have to
I'll
be a
take it.
journalist.
I'll take
I mean,
it.
you shouldn't be, because you're not qualified to be a journalist. But you are. You turn up and you ask questions as part of the media. You're a journalist.
Fine. Let's go into
I
it.
mean, what would you say you are?
Can we
No,
just...
seriously. I want to know
don't
what
know.
you think you are.
Content creator.
Oh my God! What a twat!
Right.
Oh, I'm a content creator from
we
the
start the
Cotswolds.
interview?
Yeah.
Yeah?
What?
Can we start the
Go on
interview?
then. Okay.
Prize fighter.
Well, time's up. Next.
Prize fighter, Edward.
Yes.
Talk to us.
Prize fighter's
Frankie
exciting.
hosted it
Yeah,
today.
listen, this is Frank's little project. Went out, did a fantastic deal in Japan, obviously an important market for us. The concept has revolutionised and evolved quite considerably, back from the 8 fighters on one night, 3-minute rounds, 32 grand for the winner. Now it's $1 million for the winner in real championship fights. So first night coming up in July, big night for a lot of the guys you saw up there. Obviously McKenna, Mark Dickinson, Kieran Conway, a lot of international fighters as well. And I love the format. You know, I think it's a great opportunity. I think Prize Fighter has a lot of legs in many different formats. And this one's going to be really interesting, specifically for a lot of prize money, but also the guys coming out of this tournament with a potential shot at the world title.
Ryan Garcia has been given a 1-year ban and the fight has been made a no contest. Devin Haney has his O back. I suppose firstly, off the back of our chat yesterday, in the last sort of 48 hours, I know you said you had the conversation about potentially a Paro fight. That was before the purse bid. Have you had any conversation with Team Haney last 24 hours? No.
I mean, I saw their tweet. You know, I saw Devin quote tweet one yesterday where he said, you know, I got him involved in the Haney Garcia fight. Not really, but listen, I'm not going to get into a bickering backwards and forwards with Devin. I made myself very clear in the interview yesterday, and I think, judging by people's comments, they completely understand my position. Love Devin.
Feel disappointed?
Yeah, I mean, I just think that Devin's very unorganised, you know, with his business and his team. And I do actually understand why he might have been disappointed that no one bid on his behalf, but yet probably doesn't. And he's very bright, Devin. Like, he's bright enough to understand that we don't have that obligation. He really should have his team checking. If someone would have called me and said, "Are you going to bid?" I would have told him straight off the bat. I wouldn't have lied to him. Now, I spoke to him previously. He asked me if I was going to bid. I said I might do, yeah, but I don't know yet. When I spoke to his lawyer the night before, I told him I don't know if we're going to bid. I also told him we'd like to make the Paro fight and someone needs to come back to me. No one came back to me. And I can't spend my life chasing around looking after the business of a fighter that's not even my responsibility, or I have no obligation under any contractual position to. So I think there's a lot of inexperienced people around, and across that whole Ryan Garcia fight and situation, I just feel like he needed a better team around him, in all honesty, because there was a lot of mistakes.
He's saying he's still not been paid. Thoughts?
Not my business. I wasn't involved in the contract. I wasn't promoting the show. If he hasn't been paid, or he says he hasn't been paid, he needs to speak to the promoters of the show, which is Golden Boy, who just pocketed at 1.2 million from the Ryan Garcia. I mean, I've had about 20 fighters test positive. I've never had a bean. Can we change the ruling, please? Can I get $1 million every time someone tests positive? So I'm not sure how that was awarded, but at the same time, I like the speed in which the whole thing's been dealt with, you know. And I think sometimes when you accept guilt, which behind closed doors is probably what Team Garcia's done, they won't do it outside of closed doors, you can get a better result. You know, you look at Conor's situation, maybe if he would have accepted guilt, but he doesn't want to because he's adamant on his innocence. So he's saying, why should I accept guilt? I'm not accepting guilt. But sometimes that can take longer. Like, there was effectively no hearing, in terms of the Ryan Garcia situation. They didn't go through, you know, the case against why he didn't take it. They didn't go through the supplement analysis, all this kind of stuff. They just went in, probably, it's my opinion, behind closed doors and went, listen, obviously he's tested positive, you know, what do we do here? We want to get this wrapped up, we want to deal with it quickly, and they did it. So they've done a good job in that respect. It's a year ban. I don't know whether that's a year from the fight or a year from today. But really, Ryan's probably looking at it and going, actually, it's 6 or 7 months out of work, and then I will get back in the gym. He'll probably fight Devin Haney again, be a really big fight. Devin probably won't fight till then either, maybe. But the worry is more about what happens to Ryan Garcia now.
In this time frame?
Yeah, with no training, with no fights, with criticism, with all this kind of stuff. And that goes back to our conversation yesterday?
Tyson Fury come out with a couple of quotes, done an interview yesterday. I thought I won. Usyk knows he didn't beat me. He got the 10-8 round and round 10, that was it. I've got to get him out of there because I'm not going to get a decision. It's unfortunate because it's hard enough to win a fight by just winning it, never mind knowing that you've got to go in there knowing your only chance to win is by knocking someone out. Your thoughts?
I thought it was a very close fight. I had Usyk winning by a point, 2 points max, and when that happens, the fight can go either way. I mean, I certainly don't think Tyson Fury was robbed or unlucky not to win. I feel like most people felt that Usyk won the fight, but Fury could have got a decision when it's that tight. I don't agree with him at all about he has to knock him out to win. I think if he wins the fight on points, clearly, he'll get the fight. He'll get the decision. But I like the mentality. I think he needs to go in very aggressive in this next fight. And I think he can win it.
This one may call for a song. Don't think anyone's brought it up with you. If they have, it's my time to bring it up with you. Leonard Ellerbe, we found out last week, has left Mayweather Promotions. Do we have a song for that occasion? I feel like whenever Leonard's involved, there's a song, but you've never sang
listen,
in my
I'm
interview.
not. You know that I'm never a man to kick a man when he's down. I'm not. So I don't want, why would I have back and forwards with Leonard now? He's unemployed. Like, he's not. He doesn't work in boxing anymore. Like, so it's like me going over to some geezer over there and start having beef. I want people at the top of their game. I want power players in the industry giving me beef, not a bloke who's not got a job or is retired. What's that? So I wish him all the best. And look, I feel like boxing is a shitty business, right? It's full of aggravation, and you really got to have the appetite for it. I think Leonard's going to be really happy now out of boxing. Like,
Won't be him done for good though.
why not? How old is he? He hasn't got Tank. What are you talking about?
Well, he was with Tank on the fight.
So that's a little token of like respect. Like, bring him up, give him a little, But I wish him all the best in retirement. And Leonard's done great in boxing. He's had a great run. And I think he'll be a lot happier out of boxing, because most people are.
Two more things from me. Conor Benn, what is the current situation?
Just in discussions with you, Kev, we're aiming to have a date locked in where we know that he can be back, we know that he can perform, and that is the plan. And we hope that will come soon.
And then obviously Inoue to fight TJ.
Who?
Inoue.
Inoue?
Yes.
Who's Inoue?
Naoya. Inoue.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. On film as well, double. You've done that because the cameras are up. There's two cameras.
You said his name.
Okay, I apologise.
So I'll just correct him.
TJ Doheny over the Akhmadaliev fight.
Listen,
and then Bob's comments.
If I didn't like TJ Doheny, and I represented him 5 years ago when he was world champion, I would be a lot harsher. All I will say is this: Naoya Inoue against TJ Doheny, unfortunately, it's a terrible mismatch. And it's not because TJ's not a good fighter, but he's just past his best. And the only competitive fight is Akhmadaliev. And I'm telling you now, and people will say, like, no, they don't want to fight him. Mr. Honda, I know for a fact, and the team do not want to fight Akhmadaliev. They're concerned about that fight. So all this monster thing, this is my message to Naoya Inoue, to Mr. Honda, to the entire team, to Bob Arum. The only real fight out there for you is Akhmadaliev. And I would go as far to say, not Naoya Inoue, because he wouldn't be afraid. You are afraid to fight Akhmadaliev, because deep down it's a real fight. And it's the only real fight left for him at 122 pounds. The mandatory has been called. Don't give the public shit fights. You are pound for pound number one or number two. You are an incredible fighter. Give them great fights in Tokyo. Fight Akhmadaliev, otherwise you're ducking him.
Edward, final message to the people. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.